Rocket Gyan. So today we are again here, not to witness one rocket launch, but to witness something unique and something exciting and something very, you say, unpredictable kind of a thing, which is going to happen today around right now after some few minutes, wherein RocketLab CEO will announce something big. So let's just hope it is very good. But before that, let me just tell you guys, right now, just few minutes back, 2 to 3 minutes back, there was a successful SN6 hop with no nothing, but I think there was some flame, but and there was some issue regarding it, but let's see if it is cool or not. But yeah, everything was cool, and we landed there. So that was the thing. So if you don't know Rocket Lab, guys, Rocket Lab is a private rocket space company, and it is not like SpaceX wherein any recovery is possible right now, but they are planning to do it in a very unique style, and that is catching the first stage through helicopter. Okay, so today the thing which they will be telling, although it is unpredictable, but I can tell you guys, it could be my opinion is it would be the announcement of another launch facility in NASA Wallops launch facility. It would mean if they had the launch date for that facility, that means that will be the first launch from the US soil. Right now the Rocket Lab is a company registered in USA, but they didn't launch it from USA. It was like launched from New Zealand. Okay, so once they get that rights, or I think today will be about that only, and you'll be able to see that. So let's just have a look at as in what they are providing and what they have. So we should have a look at the Electron rocket itself. So this is how Electron rocket looks like, guys. This is a small sat launcher. It is not a very big or something like that. It is only 17 meters in height, and maximum payload that it can carry is 225 kg, and nominal payload is 150 kg. Okay, and so yeah, plug-in payload, it's like nothing but just go and you are ready to go. And then there's a kick stage. Kick stage is a optional stage which is required for different insertion of different satellite, as in if different satellites want different orbits, then kick stage is used sometime in the Electron rocket. So but sometimes it is not. Then it is a second stage is a, you can say, a variant of the Rutherford engine. Now Rutherford engine is used in the first stage itself. There are 7 of them, and the second stage also uses them, but there is only one, and that is vacuum optimized, and it can produce a total thrust of 22 kilonewton. And yeah, that's a thing. Okay. And also the material it uses is a very unique one, because it uses a carbon composite material. It does not use any metal or alloy, aluminium or something like that. It uses carbon composite material, so that makes it a really light rocket. And then we have this cryogenic valve. So these are the cryogenic valves basically supplying the fuels to the engine. Avionics are nothing but flight computer, and a new propulsion cycle, obviously. The Electron rocket basically uses LOX and RP1 as its fuel, and it is the first rocket to be used used by electric motor, as in the turbo pump is not fed by the fuel itself, but it is run by the electricity. So that's why they have a huge battery which runs the turbo pump really fast. And then we have the first stage, which has 9 Rutherford engines, and then we will be having 3D printed. Yes, obviously everything, most of the parts are 3D printed in here. This rocket mostly is 3D printed. Now 3D printing reduces its turnaround time. You cannot turn around, I should say, manufacturing time. Reduces its manufacturing time, and increases its you can say product delivery. Yeah, so that's the thing. And now we are just waiting for the Rocket Lab to come and we can have the stream itself. I'm just waiting for them. And guys, if you have any questions also, you can just ask me and we'll be able to answer every question of yours. We can also have a look at the Photon. Photon is a satellite solution, guys. This is like a you can see Electron is a rocket, Photon is a rocket in space. I should define like that only. Okay, so what is this Photon? Photon satellite is a turning possibility into capability on orbit. This provides on orbit solutions. Okay, so we are live. I'll be talking about it later, but first of all, let's just have a look at that. There we go. Yes, SN6, we have a successful hop of SN6 today, and guys, hopefully I'll post the video once it comes out. And yeah, so hi everyone, hi Amit, Sony, hi Go please, hi Brian Parrots, if I'm not wrong, and yeah, of course, hi Blues Traveler. Yeah, mostly my prediction will be the announcement of the NASA Wallops launch facility and the first launch date of the Electron rocket from the US soil. Till now they were launching from the New Zealand, and now I think so. That's my prediction, and I'm not saying this in just like you can say in air. I have some proofs. That's why in few, you can say a month back, Peter Beck tweeted something about it, and that's why I'm saying. Hi Ken, how are you? So here we are.
When we set out to democratize access to space, we started with launch. We wanted to make it easy for small satellites to get to orbit faster and more frequently, and to do it on their terms. Our Electron rocket made that access to space a reality. The satellites we launch are keeping countries connected and borders protected. They're monitoring weather and managing waste. They're providing insights on climate change and helping us manage resources for generations to come. Space holds the keys to our future. It's where we'll innovate and explore. It's how we'll provide vital services to billions of people down here on Earth. It's how we'll connect with each other. How we'll better understand our own planet and monitor our impact on it. It's how we'll uncover new worlds and how we'll deepen our understanding of the universe and our place in it. But launch is just a part of enabling that future. For RocketLab, launch was only ever the beginning.
Okay.
Welcome to RocketLab. If you come to any RocketLab facility, you're going to see these words on the wall. We go to space to improve life on Earth. This has been a cornerstone of the company right since our beginning.
He's the CEO,
but if you're going to
guys.
deliver on this statement, there's a number of things you have to solve. And the first and most important thing you had to solve was access to space. This was the thing that was critical. So we kind of feel like that's a solved problem. We've launched a bunch of Electrons, we're going to launch a bunch more, and access to space really isn't the problem anymore. So I'm really excited to be able to announce the next big step for RocketLab and how we're going to really deliver on that mission statement right from the very beginning.
It is looking something else now, guys.
3,
wow.
2,
I will be very surprised
1.
then.
Lift off.
Okay.
So Flight 14 started off as any normal flight. Well, as normal as a return to flight can be. You probably saw me in mission control there, behind a little bit more stress than usual. Okay, actually probably a lot more stress than usual, as you would expect from a return to flight. But mission was completely nominal, and we deployed our customer Capella, their spacecraft, into a perfect, accurate orbit as usual. Except it wasn't a usual flight. What happened after payload deployment was actually really special. And for me personally, there was a real magical moment sitting with the engineers, where we sent a command to the kick stage. And that command was a command that turned the kick stage into our very first satellite. So I want to introduce you to RocketLab's very first Photon satellite, first light. So as you can see behind me here, all the live data has been pumped in from the satellite as it sits on orbit there. And some pretty sweet photos actually. The camera I've got on board is really, really nice. And look, we announced Photon more than a year ago, but here's what's special about this mission and what it'll achieve. This first Photon mission is really focused as a technology demonstrator to prove out all of the systems and the operations and everything we need to take us to the Moon and Venus and beyond. And it also provides an opportunity for our customers who are interested in photons to actually take a look at what we've built. This is a very, very special satellite. So we already do launch. So why do satellites too? I've been in a really, really fortunate position over the last decade to work with governments, to work with startup companies and large traditional satellite providers. And across all of those experiences, I'd say there'd be one thing that's common across the lot. And that is, it's just really painful to go from an idea to get something on orbit. And I remember one particular spacecraft, it was a whole program built around how do we get from an idea to an orbit in a really short amount of time. And that time was like 18 months, and we all celebrated. Well, we need to fix that. It's got to be much less time than 18 months to get an idea into orbit. And if we take a look across what you currently need to do to get to space, it's just a mammoth effort and it's really expensive. So we need to fix that. And after all, launches, rockets, satellites, it's all just a means to an end. And if we're all brutally honest with each other, it's just a bit of a pain in the butt, to be honest. Like, doing all of that is not where the value is created. Where the value is created for everybody is innovation, ideas, capability, data that really provides insights and usefulness to all of us down here on Earth. Everything else is just a giant pain. So here's how Photon fixes that. What we've tried to create here is not just a satellite, not just a launch vehicle. We've tried to create a full end-to-end solution where customers can just come to us with their idea or their innovation, and we can get them on orbit in a really affordable time frame and a really affordable cost. Photon, I want you to think of Photon not just as this particular technology demonstrator behind me. It starts off as a very simple spacecraft, or right to its highest end version where we're going to the moon with it for the NASA program early next year. Or if you need a single part, RocketLab has invested really heavily in our space systems division. We've acquired companies. So if you need anything from a spacecraft to go take you to Moon or Venus, or a single component, we're really here to provide those solutions. So what we're trying to do here is reduce the time and the effort being spent on having to build a team of experts or build your own satellites. We're really trying to reduce the barrier here to get innovation and your ideas on orbit quickly. It really enables small sat operators to focus on the bit that is really, really important, and that is not reaction wheels and star trackers and solar panels and operations at 2 o'clock in the morning. What's really useful here is the data and the services that you can use to provide insights. Look, I'm incredibly proud of what the Space Systems team has achieved here. We announced this program just a little over a year ago, and we've been working tirelessly. We're not just building a new satellite here or a new satellite bus. We're actually trying to fundamentally shift what it means to be able to do things in orbit and actually build businesses in orbit. So there's a lot to that. So I'm just going to throw over to a quick video here with the Space Systems team to give you a little bit more color on what it's taken.
Okay,
this is the future.
Different.
I'm excited to be not only part of RocketLab's evolution, but really contributing to the evolution of the small satellite industry as a whole. My name is Ehsan Mosley, and I'm the Chief Engineer for Space Systems at RocketLab. Photon is the most exciting platform within the small sat industry today. It's based on the Electron kick stage and converted into a full state-of-the-art spacecraft. This allows us to build upon the heritage that we have with the kick stage and offer a complete spacecraft for any mission application, whether it be low Earth orbit, geo, or interplanetary.
The Pathfinder mission lays the foundation for the incremental developments required for the broader Photon program. And in fact, it demonstrates RocketLab's incremental approach to development and flight risk reduction that we can take advantage of because we're launching Electron regularly.
Because RocketLab owns the entire process from mission concept to design to build to launch and then mission operations, we can optimize the delivery of that product to customers in an amount of time with a level of mission assurance that's unprecedented within the industry.
Photon is based on the kick stage. So kick stage is really Electron's brains. We upgrade the kick stage with additional equipment for high power generation, higher accuracy attitude control, high-speed downlink, and in some cases enhanced propulsion to create a best-in-class small spacecraft capability.
Propulsion is a major issue for small satellite developers. It ends up being a non-negligible fraction of both the volume, mass, cost, and lead time when you're designing and building a spacecraft mission. RocketLab takes that out of the equation. Since we have propulsion in-house, we're able to design around the platform and the propulsion needs of the mission and provide propulsion solutions that are quick, in-house, and rapid in order to meet the mission criteria.
With a high delta V variant of Photon that includes an upgraded engine called Hypercurie, we use an approach called phasing orbits. So the phasing orbit approach basically is a flexible mission concept that can target the moon, Mars, Venus, or really any planetary destination using basically the same mission concept. I expect the future of the Photon program to look like a pretty well-balanced portfolio of commercial, civil, and national security space missions that demand a higher level of performance, in particular more on-orbit maneuverability and missions beyond low Earth orbit.
Okay, guys,
Look,
this is
we've
so
built
different.
it, and clearly it works. But the most exciting thing for me personally is what it means for national security missions, DoD missions, commercial missions, missions to the moon, of course, my personal favorite, missions to Venus to go and search for some origins of life. So thanks very much for joining me today on this webcast. I hope it's been fun. We'll keep posting these sweet pictures from Photon as they come down. But look, this is just the beginning for Photon. There's a lot more to come just yet. Thanks very much.
What? Or wait. Well. Now this is what we call a huge surprise, right? Well, I was expecting the Wallops facility to come up. As you can, let me just show you why I was expecting that. You will be also like, yeah, you are right. Let me just tell you. Here we go. So guys, here where is that? Because actually he tweeted about the Wallops facility kind of a thing, and I can't find it right now. But if you check his Twitter, then you will be able to see that he tweeted that the Wallops was like the next chapter. He actually mentioned this word, the next chapter, but well, the next chapter was a different one. Well, I am amazed. Literally, I am amazed. Seriously, because the Photon. Okay, let's just have a look at the Photon itself. If they shown us the Photon, let's just have a look at it then. Here we go. So let's have a look at the photon itself. The photon as this store, I was also telling you about photon, and literally it was for photon only. The announcement was for photon and basically mission to the Venus, and they are literally planning for that. So okay, so what is photon? Let me just explain you a bit more. The Photon Satellite bus family, it is like a rocket in space, you can say, a launch vehicle. But as he said it, they have upgraded the plans. Initially it was like a rocket in space, basically a propulsion system in space, I should say more specifically. But right now everything a satellite needs will be provided by this small satellite. Okay, so this is the thing, the photon energy. Okay, this is the thing, but obviously they have changed the design a lot, as we saw in the slides. This is not what how it looks like now. They have minimized the height of this, and the bell is also reduced, and we were able to see some solar panels also. And yeah, yeah, this is how it kind of looks like. Basically yes, it is a upgradation to the kick stage. I was telling you about kick stage late early on, right? It is an upgradation to kick stage. And let me just tell you, this upgradation to kick stage kind of a thing is been done by India also. The ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, has their rocket PSLV, right? And their PSLV has their fourth stage, which is like a kick stage only, which is used to fine tune the orbit. Now what they are planning to do is upgrade that kick stage to provide uh, you can say an ground for experiments to come. Like it will have solar panels, batteries, all the support system as on, and the experiments and all can be conducted on it specifically, right? They don't have to, the companies can just approach ISRO and have like, we have this requirement for the experiment. Like for example, we need to measure temperature in space. That's a very vague kind of a thing, but we need to measure temperature in space. Now what they can do is like put in the temperature, or you can say thermometer, onto that kick stage, and now finally they will be able to provide service. Now they are thinking like that, and somewhat kind of a thing is being done by RocketLab. And this is what we are going to see. Well, this is what we call innovation, guys, right? Exactly, this is what we call innovation. Leo is low earth orbit, MEO is middle earth orbit kind of a thing, lunar and interplanetary. It is available for all, and the delta V will be provided by it, like that only. So okay, propulsion and the reaction wheels obviously is needed to turn around in space. And so we keep cost down, increasing reliability, and get to orbit faster by using flight proven common components across Photon satellites. Rocket Lab's satellite components, including star trackers and reaction wheels, are also available for purchase as a standalone product for use in the development of other satellites. Basically what they are trying to do is not only acquire the launch services for small satellites, they are also trying to acquire the small sat market entirely, from development to launch to deployment. Everything they are trying to conquer, and I'm really excited for RocketLab. Now this is kind of a thing which I was looking for so long, because SpaceX is there for launch services. It is typically a launch service provider, and they are making things progress in that way, making the rocket more optimized and all. And SpaceX has developed such a huge technology and such a big technology that competing with it will be like very difficult. And there it comes, the RocketLab. This is also a private rocket space company. They didn't try to compete with SpaceX, but what they did is try to acquire the growing market right now in space. The small sat market is growing tremendously right now, and if someone can acquire it and do everything in house, then it will be like way profitable than right now. So that's what it is, and I'm really happy someone has done this. So this is how it looks like, and this is where the satellite sits in. This is the you can see the photon, but obviously the they have upgraded to it, but now they announced it, means it is available for public to be there. They announced it later the previous year also, but only the speculation and the technical details were not there, like it was in development stage. But now I think they have announced it with the last launch. And yeah, I am personally very excited for this. Rocket parts are, yes, can kind of a like that. So I am really excited for it. And obviously guys, if you have missed the SN6 hop, in few hours or so, I'll also try to upload the video on the channel, as in what happened in SN6 hop. It was successful, but yeah, there was some flame in the venting, and upon landing the SN6 was tilted. I don't know, it was tilted due to some error in the landing legs, or the pad itself was tilted. The pad itself, that's a very meager chance for to that, because obviously they will construct the launch pad like that only. But two things I noticed in that only, there was fire from the venting, if I'm not wrong, and after landing it was tilted. That's what it was. Brian, approximate date. I was expected for this only. Let me just tell you that if you search it, let me just do it in front of you only. He actually tweeted that, and I right now can't see it properly. I don't know why. But yeah, right now I don't know about that, Brian, but he tweeted about it, and he used that only, that thing only. Why can't I? Is it like RocketLab? Someone tweeted it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's it. And I And they also, this is also thing, they have been granted a launch operator license by FA News for Electron missions from C. This is a major step towards the first Electron launch from the US soil. So I was like really excited for that. I was like thinking only that it is been by the NASA Wallops, but obviously it wasn't, so let it be. So I don't know right now, Brian, the thing, but I am excited for it, obviously. But let's just hope that everything goes correctly. Okay, let it be. I can't search it right now, but I saw it, I know. So yeah, so guys, I am really excited for it. Let me just see what happens, what is the outcome of this. And yeah, and keep checking the channel. 2 videos are coming up, SN6 hop and Delta 4 heavy rocket. Just stay safe, guys. Stay healthy. Yeah, I should be doing a conclusion, and conclusion is like this only, that I wasn't expecting this, and this happened, and I am really excited for this. The photon kind of a thing really excites me a lot, and because this thing has not been done before, and if someone is doing it, well, this is what we are here for. Okay, so until then, guys, this is Priyanshu Vela. And Brian, thanks for subscribing, brother. And a couple of hours since I'm oh, okay, no problem, Brian. Actually, I cover each and every launch that happens in the space industry, and there is one launch scheduled from Wallops facility that is not of RocketLab, but that is for Northrop Grumman, if I'm not wrong, and that will be of the rocket launch will be of what was that ICBM. I don't remember the name of that, but yeah, there is one rocket launch scheduled, so you can do it, go for that. I'll be there, obviously, posting the updates on this channel. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I really appreciate your thing to listen to me, and stay safe, stay healthy. This is Piancho signing off, and yeah.